Let's stay at the topic of decoration
Yeah.
elements. How about using? We already covered this using transparent images in the software, but now we have a tool which is able to create decals, like sort of vinyl overlays on which you can stick on the wall, and this could be any kind of shape, right?
Yeah. For example, well, if you talk about now we are actually talking about decals, and the decals are specific images. That are having no regular cut, rectangular cut boundings. Those are basically their boundaries are basically based on the content what they have, and this is handled via a very simple what do they call it's an image format. The PNG image format is actually one of the formats that is being able to carry alpha channel, the transparency channel. So I actually have a few images saved here. Let me just go to the other library, and it's this one here. I have this. This is a nice grayscale map
nice touch
of the world
to the interior. So we want to have this on the wall, but in a way that the color of the wall sees through.
Yeah. So now, as we look at this image, we would say that okay, there's a gray area and there's a white area, but it's actually not white. This is transparent. So when I use this image on a surface, whatever falls behind this will get the color or material pattern that it already has by default. To kind of better represent this, I think I will just quickly change the color of this specific surface.
Yeah, so we can see the difference.
So I think I will go with the materials built in the project, and I just select a different tone. I think, well, let's just go with this one. I think something gray will work well on the surface. It's too large, but it's a dark tone kind of painted surface.
So it's reflective, so we can see the oven from the other side.
Yeah. I think I just change it to something matte. Yeah, this is a bit better. So here, I would like to apply a decal. So this is something that we should bring in as a material. I already did that. That's an example here. I show you how to bring in a texture like that. So you just open it on your screen. It's actually off screen now. Let me just bring it here. So I just, there's the file manager, and from the file manager you can click and drag and drop over this ARCHLine surface. And when that happens, ARCHLine recognizes that was an image. It has an alpha channel, which we can clearly see here.
That was a transparent image. Yeah, it has areas which are transparent.
Yeah. So it brings this in. It automatically turns it into a material with some sort of settings that I can change. For example, I don't want to have refraction here, so let's just dial that down and use a value of 1. So you just change these values, and whenever you change any of those, this is how this material will be actually generated. Don't worry if something like this happens. This is normal. This is what you should see on screen. So now I'm happy with the settings. I'm actually saving it. Okay. And then now I have this image, and I have the previous one. So whichever I click and drag on the surface, it would be used as a material. To be able to use it as a decal on top of the original surface, I should use the interior, and there is a single object, and there is this picture on wall tool. The picture on wall comes with the default setting, whichever I used this previously. So it comes with the default setting, which I can go with a ship or something else. This really depends on the settings that you work.
It just creates a basic item from which you can.
Now that's just a regular poster or painting or whichever object you use or paint or image you used before, material you used before. So if I go to the settings of this one and go to the properties, I can find that this actually has no framing. I'm fine with that. It has matting.
We don't
this
need
one.
that,
I don't need that for the decal. So I don't need anything. I just need to change the image parameters. This ship material should be changed to the one that I have just created before. This one, okay. Well, actually, this was the previous one, but anyway, this is the same material. So I go with the I should. When this question comes up, this means that either I would like to keep these values stored with the other image previously selected, or I should read the size of the material that I have actually created.
Which one would you choose right now?
I will go with this one. So I would like to use the built-in values of that material that I'm about to select, and that comes with this value. If I'm fine with that, I go with this. If I would like to change that, I usually lock the two values with this one, and then I change it. Let me just fine-tune it to, I don't know, 1,500. So the other one
the
is also
ratio
changed.
is maintained.
Yeah.
Okay, so if we hit OK, then it's going to turn into this map.
So now it's actually, as you can see, it's nicely overlapping the other areas as well, and it literally works as a decal, because it's not having this area filled with anything. You can still use it. You can still manipulate it, manipulate it, change it, translate it, resize it. And you can also make several copies if this is a pattern that repeats itself over some place. So if this is a decal, if this is not something that you would create with decoration or tiling, this is how you would do that with the decal option.